and welcome to tonight's LCTV sports telecast of Littleton High School Tiger football. I'm Mike Fontanella. Pat Frederickson has made it back from his secret mission for the Illuminati. Patrick, good to have you back for the big game between the Littleton and Maynard Tigers.
Thank you, Michael. I tell you where I was, but I can't, so we'll just move on to the football game. This should be a good one tonight. Littleton and Maynard always have great games, and I know that Maynard comes in at 1-6, but I think Michael Lynn was saying this is the best 1-6 team that you're going to see. Well coached, a lot of good athletes on this team. It's going to be interesting to see. Littleton a little banged up here tonight.
And they're playing for, battling for a playoff spot. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they might very well get in, but it'll be a little dicier proposition as things transpire between tonight and tomorrow. So they'd like to get this win, put it in the win column, and punch their ticket to the playoffs outright. And Cody Sherrill will start it off with a booming kick down inside the 10-yard line. Good coverage downfield by Leo Gibbons. Hard cut, bounces to the sideline. He's going to get the edge. He's going to get tackled out of bounds on the 40-yard line by Will Allen, coming off a block and running him down, but a good 30-yard, about a 32-yard return for Maynard. They'll take the ball out to their own 42-yard line.
So Maynard hits the Tiger ball, the Tiger ball rule.
Maynard won the toss, but elected to take the ball instead of defer to the second half, so they'll bring their offense out onto the field. Gonna go read option right up the middle. Couple of yard gain, and that's Parker Lanfors making a good tackle after about a yard gain there. Tigers in that four-man front. They switched to this a couple weeks ago. Parker's been playing a lot of reps at linebacker with that look, Patrick, and he's playing very well.
Yeah, ever since they switched that defense around, they've been much more active, switching Parker to the linebacker slot here. A couple other positions up were switched around up on the defensive line, and they just seem more active up there now.
They'll try to sweep the edge. Oh, he'll get a cutback in the hole and get a first down over midfield. Nice cutback there by Maynard.
Peter Jordan with the carry.
It's Peter Jordan, Mike, and so as we go through this game, for people listening to the game on TV, we've got the lineups here for Maynard, but the numbers are messed up, so we're trying to figure them out a little bit. But a lot of the names that are on this roster are from the teams that have been very successful at Maynard in the last few years. Peter Forza on there, Peter Jordan running the ball there. The quarterback, Sean Pierre-Marino, is out there as well.
That'll be a first down for Maynard on the Littleton Tiger 39-yard line. This got to be a false start there. Number 69 was trying to hold his stance there, but was backpedaling ever so gently.
And then he got back down in there.
So that's a dead ball foul. That'll be a false start on Maynard. That'll back it up 5 yards, make it 1st and 15.
The other thing I'd say here is when watching the game, if you're having a hard time picking up the Maynard numbers on their uniforms, it's not you. They are camouflaged to an extent here. So
it was Veterans Appreciation Night tonight, a very nice ceremony before the beginning of the game. I don't think they picked those uniforms because of that, but Mark Croy is saying they have special Veterans Appreciation uniforms. How about Maynard?
Oh, there you go. Great idea.
1st and 15, right up the middle. Good effort going forward, but he was hitting at the line of scrimmage and didn't really get much out of that. Lincoln Palmer started that.
Yeah, John Forza, Mike, he's a good, tough little running back.
Yep, Ben Stormwind finished it, so that's about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Good to see Ben out there getting some action. He's been part of this program for a long time.
Yeah, he's down at the defensive tackle position along with Noah Graham. And then you've got Lincoln Palmer and Tim Kelleher at the defensive ends in that four-man front. 2nd and 12, they'll look to throw, straight drop back, down the seam. They're going to call a holding there. Looks like it was Wyatt Kopp in coverage.
I think that's Tony DeSisto, right?
Oh, it actually was DeSisto, yep.
I think the issue there, the coverage was there. I think if, without having the replay, but I think it was an arm extension right at the very end that kind of made the ref throw his flag.
Yeah, they're going to call it defensive hold rather than a pass interference. He's signaling second down. Normally that would be an automatic first down, but they switched to the new high school federation rules this year. Let's see if they walk it off. That's a 10-yard penalty, and I believe they'll repeat the down. Yeah, the coverage was there, and I don't necessarily, because the ball was actually going to go over the kind of the head of the receiver. So I think you could have just let that one play out. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 2 after the 10-yard penalty. Ball back down onto the Littleton 31-yard line. We'll see what kind of night it is for passing. But obviously, very blustery last night and today, but it looks like it's calmed down a little bit, Patrick.
Yeah, well, we'll catch up after this play here.
They'll hand it off, full penetration. He's going to get the corner, though, and pick up a first down inside the 20. They had some penetration there, but they couldn't get the angle they wanted to force them back inside.
A couple of decent running backs there, Peter Jordan and John Ford. But yeah, Mike, you're right about the weather. So it was warm last night. Everybody's sleeping there with their windows open, but the wind was unbelievable, and winter has arrived here.
That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Maynard on this opening drive on the 16-yard line of Littleton. They go up the middle. Oh, stacked up for no gain there.
Sean Mazzoni just checked into the game and made an immediate impact.
Looks like Richie Powderly was in there too. That'll actually be about a yard loss, 2nd and 11. So far, Patrick, between the tackles, the Tigers have been pretty good. It's been on the edges that they've had problems.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a symptom this year. It hasn't happened all the time, but they've been beaten more to the edge and the outside this year than we've seen in the past. And susceptible to the long pass a little bit here this year too.
They'll roll the quarterback out and throw into the flat. It's complete and a good tackle. No run after catch. It's Cody Shearer on the hit inside the 10-yard line. So they get a decent gain out of that. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. Ball's right on the 10-yard line. Actually, the 9-yard line. They need to get to the 7.
Yeah, good tackle by Cody Shearer to keep him from getting yards after that catch.
Yeah, we'll call it 3rd and 2. Four down territory, I would assume, for Maynard, unless they have a solid kicking game. Ball is on the 9-yard line. They'll bring motion to the wide side. Oh, we got looks like a false start.
That's going to be hurtful.
Oh, delay game. Interesting.
For everybody, though. Go ahead and have some.
Huh. The coach is kind of yelling, Maynard coach yelling at his quarterback, like, did you see downfield that the umpire had his hand up inside of 10 seconds? Like, yeah, but didn't you see it either? All right, so after the penalty, that'll make it 3rd and 7. A different look here now. Versus 3rd and 2. Gonna go crisscross inside handoff. He gets a little bit of a hole. He's trying to power forward. He gets down to about the 5-yard line.
That'll be a first down.
Yeah, that'll be a first down. They'll pick it up on 3rd and 9, running to the right side.
That crisscross like the Littleton hammer there. Little misdirection coming left to right, and then hand it off to the right side coming through.
Ball down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Maynard. Solid opening drive here.
One of the things I like about announcing, Mike, is we announce and you look down and there's a piece of birthday cake.
The perks. That's all we get is the perks.
I'm going to save mine from Mark Rory.
1st and goal for Maynard. We'll run that same play. Another big hole and touchdown Maynard. Got tackled right at the goal line, but the ball broke the plane, so Maynard cashes in on their first drive.
You know, it's early, Mike, but I'm really having a hard time believing these guys are 1-6.
They used up exactly half the quarter, a 12-minute quarter, with 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So Maynard moved the chains several times. And they will bring on their kicker to try the point after attempt. Oh, low kick, and that'll get blocked and be no good. So the Tigers will turn away the point after and trail 6-0. Patrick, we said at the top of it, we were kind of half kidding that Mike Lynn said it, because coaches will talk about that. Everybody's the best 1-6 team they've ever seen, but Maynard is legitimately pretty good. They've had some heartbreaking losses. They lost in triple overtime. They lost in double overtime. They lost in the last seconds to Lunenburg on a pick six at the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, that, you know, Assabet is one of the tougher teams in the Central Mass this year. Yeah, the Lunenburg game was an interesting one. They were coming down and the score was tie, and they went for a touchdown near the end of the game, and it was a pick six, but it was a pick 95-6.
Yeah.
You know, so that's,
yeah.
I mean, they could easily be, you know, another 3-4 wins here. And again, you know, I'm surprised because I look at this roster and I see a lot of names that I remember from the past couple of years where they had a lot of success. So just sometimes it doesn't go your way.
Line, drive, kick, bounce, covered up, on the 27-yard line. That was Will Allen. Didn't like the bounce he got, just decided to cover it up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Littleton on their own 28-yard line, trailing 6-0. Braden Lynn in at quarterback. He got a little banged up last week, had a sore knee. Finished the game, had to come out for a couple series, but got himself back in there. And tonight looks like he's ready to go.
Mike, you're saying too, I can see him down here, but Ty Price, you said he's done for the year. Jared Leave, I think, is in a boot, right?
Yep. Parker Landfors tries to get a hole and bounce to the outside, but can't get going. He'll take a yard loss on that.
Parker Landfors with the carry. Brian Lawton on the stop.
They look to throw on 2nd down. They hook it out to the sideline. It's caught. Oh, Timmy Keller. Some good strength there. Yeah. Took him a minute to reel it in, and he was getting wrapped up while he was reeling it in. But then he just got his feet moving and just powered his way forward. And good for a 1st down. Brings the ball nose of the football right on the Littleton 40-yard line.
That little 5-yard down and out has been there all year. That combination we've seen a lot. I'm surprised that teams don't make him do something else.
They bring motion to Gibbons. He's going to try and get the corner. Oh, some penetration there, and he gets bounced for a 5-yard loss. Maynard feeling like they could be the spoiler tonight, Pat. Like you said, this is a great rivalry. There's been some great games both here and over at Maynard's Field over the last easy 4, 5, 6 years. So it is 2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss. Inside pass, shovel play. Parker Landford is going to get about 7 yards out of that. Actually, we'll call it 9 yards. So it's 3rd and 7 here. Tigers need to get right to the midfield stripe to pick up another 1st down. Keep the chains moving. Trailing 6-0 here in the first quarter. Braden Lynn's going to pump fake. Oh, down the sideline! Oh! He made it look like it was going to be a run, and then he pulled it back, and he had Josh Crosswhite behind the defense. Just put a little too much zip on it and put a little air under that, and Josh would have had all day to run under it.
Yeah, I think, that was a design play where Braden took 2-3 steps and then went to a quick hitch. And I think the play was designed for them to then throw down the field, but then he got flushed out of the pocket, so a good job of him keeping that going. He just needed a little more air under that to give Josh a chance to run under it, but good to see that. And Mark Corey, in our talking, he noted that, we've been good throwing the ball long this year, so.
4th and 7, they'll bring the kick around. Oh, nice kick there. Line shot all the way back inside the 20. Leo Gibbons trying to make the tackle. He slows him down good enough to get the rest of the coverage downfield and just outside the 20-yard line. So a good kick by Cody Shear and good coverage by the special teams. Actually, no, it was Parker Lanford that was down there on coverage. So that'll bring up another offensive series for Maynard with the ball on their 22-yard line. So the Tigers, Littleton managed to pick up 1 first down and then stalled out. Now they bring the defense back on the field. Maynard with an impressive drive in the opening series. We'll see if the Tiger defense can make some adjustments here. Oh, high snap, fumbled! Oh, it's still on the ground!
Yeah.
Covered by Littleton. A high snap that glanced off the Maynard quarterback's hands and then squirted loose. And the Tigers make the recovery inside the 15-yard line. Oh, no, they're saying Maynard recovered. Oh, he must have covered it up and then got hit and the ball must have popped loose again.
Yeah, that's what, that actually is what it looked like.
All right, so it's a 7-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 17. Oh, I thought the Tigers celebrating. I thought they had it.
Yeah, it's interesting, Mike, the slot back had dropped back after that, so clearly they were going to run some trick play there.
Oh, another high snap. This time, they'll get a handoff and then try. Oh, yes!
Parker Lanford.
Parker Lanford's on a blitz. And a high snap that I think broke up the timing of that play a little bit and gave Parker plenty of time to get in there and make the hit. So that'll be another loss. Ball back to the 11. It is 3rd and 23 right now. So the Tiger defense got a chance here to force a 3 and out. And it's got 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, tight on the top, no receivers on the top. 2 guys in the backfield to bring some more. They'll tighten up the look. They'll look to throw. They're rolling out, down into the flat. Picked off! Cody Shear jumped the route. I think he got his feet down. Yep, they'll call that an interception.
Yeah, not a very good route by Maynard, Mike. They ran 2 guys down and out to the right coming toward the camera here, toward our side of the field. But they were so close together, and the ball got thrown in between them, and neither guy made an attempt for the ball from the Maynard side. I think, each one thought the other one was going to get it.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Littleton with the ball on the Maynard 22-yard line. So the Tiger defense taking advantage. 1 high snap and then a good blitz by Parker Lanford and then a pick by Cody Shearer.
Here comes the Parker machine.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a hole! Actually, it's Leo Gibbons. So all the way down to the 5-yard line. Nice job on the left side there. And the senior captain gets all the way down, makes a 1st and goal from the 5 with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter. So the Tiger offense smelling some blood out there after the defense got on the ball in terrific position down to the 4-yard line. Looks like they are going to go hammer here. And Sean Mazzoni, a fullback, taking the spot of Ty Price. Gibbons and Lanford's at the tailbacks.
Tony DeSisto with the quarterback.
Yeah, for the hammer look. And he'll give it to Lanford's.
No.
He got a couple of yards on that. Couldn't quite get that last gap to go for the goal line, but he's down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. Yeah, Tony DeSisto, who's run this hammer offense ever since he was a kid, very comfortable. I think they're doing that because of the knee injury to Braden. Just easier to give him a little bit of rest on the sideline. Tony more than capable of running this offense. 2nd and goal. We'll give it to Lanford again. Oh, touchdown. Yep. Got hit at the goal line, but had enough of a hole to break the plane before he got tackled. The Tigers will tie the score here at 6-6 with 52 seconds to go, taking full advantage of the turnover.
And when you need 2 yards, all you need is 2 yards.
So that'll bring Shearer on for the kick. Maynard's first kick was blocked. Shearer had a couple blocked last week against a good Blackstone Valley Tech big team there. See how they do here on the first try tonight. Good snap, good hold, and he'll drive it. And that's good. So the Tigers take the lead 7-6. Both teams with one score, but the Tigers convert and then Maynard didn't. Yeah, exactly. Tigers is going to discipline myself to say Maynard or Littleton tonight. Because you never know. The Maynard fans could tune in. They've heard about you and I, Patrick, right?
Well, you know, it's interesting, Mike. I actually coach a couple of the Maynard kids in lacrosse, so I'm sure that their family's going to go home tonight and watch this game immediately. So, Mark, you got to get this on TV tonight. Thanks. Mark has signaled that he will get the game on TV tonight.
All right, so that Tiger defense really looked good on that last series of downs after giving up a long drive in the opening series. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going here as they get ready to kick the ball away. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think about Maynard, right, Patrick? I mean, they're 1-6. Mike Lynn says they're good. They've had some tough losses against some good teams, but, you know, Lunenburg, we beat fairly easily, and they were going down to the last second against them.
You're right, yeah.
You know, it's hard to tell, and it's, you know, it's early in this game. They had one really impressive drive and then a drive where they kind of had their miscues. Shearer on the kick here. He will squib it down, get a bounce, and it'll get fielded on the 16-yard line. And it'll be Josh Crosswhite wrapping him up there. So that'll give Maynard the ball on their own 27-yard line. Good coverage by Crosswhite.
The high school band playing the theme from Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? I love the mystery van.
Oh! Whoa!
Yeah, so number 5 for Maynard got going early here. Then he turned around and he was going to say something to the quarterback, but then he looked around and there were 21 people not moving.
He was out like a shot out of a cannon. you know, he wasn't kind of wrong. He was way wrong. And, I think Maynard took a timeout. I think the coach is feeling like, hey, we had a really great first drive, and all of a sudden we can't do anything right. Let's, you know, try to find that mojo we had back in the first half of that first quarter, not in the second half.
No, it's a great point, Mike. I think here, you know, the tendency, especially at this level, is to try to get it all back in one play. And he's going to say, you know, let's just keep chunking away at 4 or 5 yards at a pop. We'll be fine. Everybody settle down. Wait till the ball snapped.
Right. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Tigers leading 7-6. Littleton Tigers leading 7-6.
I think every coach will tell you being in 3rd and long if you're on offense is tough, and playing from behind the chains, right? So anytime you're more than 10 yards, it is hard to play. You only have so many plays in your playbook to get that back.
Right. All right, so 1st and 15 after the penalty. Another kind of a high snap. Oh, good hole there. Good tackle downfield though. I'll get about 4 or 5 yards on that.
Good tackle by Josh Crosswhite.
Yeah. Cody Shearer coming out of there. It's a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 10. They had some penetration, but he made a good cut and got past that first layer of defense. Got to the second level.
I think if you're Maynard here, you might want to, I don't know if they have time to run out the clock here or not, but again, shortening the game is something that most teams want to do.
Yeah, looks like they will try to get a playoff here. 2nd and 10.
Ref's arm went up just at the 10-second.
They'll try for the right edge. They're going to make him cut it up. He's going to get about a 4 or 5 yard gain. And that'll bring the end of the quarter. So, quickly, fast-paced quarter. Both teams scoring once. Tigers converting Littleton, and they will take a 7-6 lead into the second quarter, which we'll bring you right after these messages from LCTV.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second quarter. Littleton Tigers versus the Maynard Tigers. Littleton on top 7-6. Maynard has a 3rd and 4, we'll call it, Pat. Big down here. The Tigers, if they can get a stop here, they'll probably force a punt. Get some momentum going here early in the second quarter. Let's see what happens on 3rd down. He's going to go inside. Oh, he trips over his own guy. He's going to be short by about a yard, I think.
Yeah, the market's got him a yard short.
So that'll bring up a 4th and 1 with the ball on the Maynard 36-yard line. They only need to get to the 37.
And Mike, I can't figure out with the snaps if it's designed to be a high snap or not. I mean, to me, it looks like it's uncomfortable and it's throwing the timing of their play.
I don't think there's no way I could see why you would design that.
And I don't see anybody saying anything.
Yeah, Maynard's going to at least break the huddle here. Let's see if they go for a hard counter, if they're really going to try and run a play. Tigers need to be disciplined here on the ball. Well, they'll snap it. Another high snap. They get some penetration in the backfield, and they're going to get him short of the goal for the first down, yard to gain line. Another high snap, Patrick. Really high that time.
I almost went through the uprace.
That blew up the whole play. Plenty of time for the Littleton to get some penetration there.
Yeah, they got to figure that out pretty quickly.
So that'll turn the ball over on downs with the ball right on the 35-yard line of Maynard. So a short field here for the Tiger offense. They had a really short field last time after the Cody Scher interception. And they scored in about 3 or 4 plays. I'm going to give it to Lanford. He's going to go up the middle, get some yards after contact. He'll get about 4.5 yards on that. So the Tiger defense getting a stop and facing another turnover effectively, given the field position. So after giving up a touchdown, an impressive opening drive by Maynard to start the game, 6-minute drive to open the game. They've really struggled since then, and the Tiger defense has responded. Call it 2nd and 6 with the ball on the Maynard 31-yard line. Whoa, Parker Lanford slips one guy and he gets driven to the turf, but he'll get some forward yardage on that, get about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, see if Britton goes in the air here.
Like you said, those 5-yard outs have been there.
Yeah, keep an eye on Timmy Keller at top of the screen.
You got Gibbons in the slot up there, cross wide to the bottom of the screen.
Mazzoni's tough here too.
Yep. They go for a hard count, didn't get it. Now they'll signal playing from the sideline. Inside of 10 seconds on the play clock. Get it off, straight drop, throw into the flat, caught.
Oh, I don't know.
Very close.
They're taking an inch short. They'll be going for it.
Kelleher is signaling he got it. Let's see where they give him the spot.
Are you telling me that a receiver caught a ball and called for a first down?
He is short. The ball is between the 25 and the 26. It needs to get to the 25. They're going to go hammer here on 4th down. Tony DeSisto coming in with the play. They brought the big guys in to man the interior line.
See if they go with a quarterback sneak here. They haven't run that look yet.
Yep, they do. And DeSisto powers forward. I think he got it.
Yeah, by just enough. They're moving the chains here.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the home team on the chains. They move a little more frequently.
They will switch the package back out. So Tony DeSisto comes in and picks up a first down, and Bradenlin comes back in to keep the drive going. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 24-yard line.
Good job by Kevin McDonald, Tyler Krause coming in there and moving that pile. Yeah, this is kind of like classic Littleton football, Mike. Just let the other team make mistakes, right?
Yep. And they're going to give it to Gibbons on a delayed handoff, but he's not going to get anything out of that. Maynard's got some big guys out there, and they're doing a good job right now of firing off the ball and getting some penetration into the backfield. Really doesn't give Parker or Leo a chance to get squared up to the line of scrimmage and get in a hole. That's a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Play action, trying to throw to the flat. He's getting some pressure.
Oh, good job.
He can't throw it out of bounds like that. You can't throw it out of bounds with the receivers in the area. This got called. Yep, there it is. They called it twice last week. It's a new rule. It's because they're using high school federation rules. It's a terrible, terrible rule interpretation because the NCAA and the NFL have realized that the best thing to do to protect the quarterbacks is let them throw it out of bounds when they're flushed out and they don't have anything to go for. But the Massachusetts switched to the National High School Federation rule book, and they do not let that quarterbacks do that. They call it grounding, and that's like a quarterback sack.
Boy, Mike, Bradenlin is not moving well.
Yeah, I'll call intentional grounding. And that'll bring the ball all the way back to the 43-yard line. Make it 3rd and something like 30. Need to get down to the 15. So 28. 3rd and 28.
Hey, Maynard is playing up tight here. This is a good time to take a shot downfield.
No. The quarterback's like Josh Crosswhite didn't even get into a route. Mike Lynn is gesticulating at the official. No, it can't. No. Oh, it's a loss of down penalty. It was a loss of down penalty.
Oh, over here.
On the intentional grounding is a loss of down penalty. So that was a 3rd down play. It was 3rd and 5. And then the subsequent play, which they snapped, was a 4th down play. So the refs did not signal that it was a loss of down. And the Tigers didn't realize it and ran a play. So now they turn the ball over on downs with the ball all the way back out to the Maynard 49-yard line. So they talked about it in the Boston Globe article I read at the beginning of the year that it was going to be difficult for the refs to adjust to this new rule book. And we see an example of it there, and the teams as well. That's unfortunate. So the Tigers got to see if they can pick it up here. Maynard's going to try for the edge. I'm going to get a little bit of a gain there, up over midfield into Littleton territory.
Jordan with the carry. Josh Crosswhite, Cody Shearer on the close out.
So 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain. Ball in Littleton territory on the Littleton 47-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, that last play for Littleton, as much as it was kind of confusing about what happened after it, it's very confusing the way that whole ball was snapped. It didn't look like people were settled. You mentioned that Josh Crosswhite never got into a pattern. There's a lot going on there.
Inside handoff. Short of the 1st down. That's Parker Lanford's on the tackle. He'll get some yards out of that. It'll make it 3rd and 3.
I would imagine Parker is moving up the tackle leaderboard for Littleton after the last 4 games or so.
He had a dramatic tackle at the end of the 1st half down at the goal line. He pancaked the guy, and the clock ran out. They couldn't get another play off. All right, 3rd down and about 3. Made another high snap. He's going to get a first down. He's going to get more. He makes a cut to the outside. Oh, shoestring
nice
tackle by
tackle.
Cody Shearer. Stopped a bigger play, but the ball's down to the Littleton 30-yard line, 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Maynard.
Tackle there, good tackle. That was going to go if he didn't stop him.
Look to throw down the seam.
Why?
Oh, overthrew him by a cop on the. Yeah, the receiver broke to the inside and the quarterback threw it to the outside. Cop had the coverage to the inside. So, little miscommunication there between the receiver and the quarterback for Maynard. Bring up 2nd and 10.
I'm just sitting here thinking, you're rattling off big yards on runs. Why are you putting that ball in the air?
Interesting, yeah, you know. It'd be one thing to throw it in the flat or throw a quick slant, but they try to bite the whole enchilada off right there. Oh, they had him in the backfield and he gets loose.
Oh!
Trips on his own 2 feet there.
Richie Partley?
After a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Richie Partley coming in and stopping that first down. He was going to get some more after that.
So it is 3rd and 2. Ball is on the 21-yard line. They need to get inside the 20 to the 19 to convert here. It's 4-down territory. He'll get the first down inside the 15, run up the right side. So Maynard trying to take advantage of the miscue through the officiating by Littleton, not punting on 4th down, realizing it was 4th down and not getting a punt off. Now they're all the way down to the 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for Maynard.
Well, they're going to try to bounce it to the outside. He's got a little bit of an edge. He's going to get run down short of the goal line. But he'll convert close to a first down. The Tigers just couldn't close that edge off. And it'll be 1st and goal for Maynard inside the 5-yard line, right on the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for Maynard on the Littleton 3-yard line.
Cut check time. Hands are up.
Touchdown, yep. So Maynard taking advantage. Tigers turn the ball over on downs near midfield, and there's a 51-yard drive for Maynard. They'll take the lead 12-7 here with 4:40 to go in the first half.
Pretty solid drive by Maynard there.
Yeah, they've had 2 good drives and 2 kind of, it's been feast or famine for them. 2 drives where they really couldn't get out of their own way. So they will try to go for 2 here.
Looks like Maynard is going to attempt a 2-point conversion.
They're going to roll the quarterback out. They're going to throw. It's incomplete. Good coverage there by Tony DeSisto and Cody Shearer. And that'll go incomplete. So Maynard has scored twice but has not converted either time.
That stop could be big, Mike. That keeps it at 5 points, right? So a touchdown's going to put Littleton in the lead.
Yeah, and we'll see how it plays out. It's still a lot of game left here, but a lot of times that does tell the tale, especially against 2 evenly matched teams. It really comes down to those kind of things.
Just a minute ago, we were talking about Maynard's drives and how 2 of them were pretty solid. 2 of them were, not that great. But I don't really feel like we have anything to talk about on the Littleton offensive side of the ball because it's just been so disjointed. I take it, Mike, you probably know this better than I do, but Tony DeSisto's the backup quarterback if Braden can't go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Braden looks like he's really hobbled.
Fielded on the 10-yard line. Max Hannigan breaks a tackle, cuts upfield, and a nice run back. It's about a 20, almost a 30-yard return.
Little excitement right there. 4 minutes to go, plenty of time.
That'll be 1st and 10 for Littleton, trailing by 5 with the ball on their 37, 38-yard line. We'll throw a little bubble screen to Timmy Kelleher. He's going to get tackled after a couple-yard gain there. Out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. Call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Remember Mike Lynn put this package in with the first time he used it with McLaughlin and his crew. That bubble screen used to go big.
How many years ago was that?
Down the sideline to Leo Gibbons. Oh, is it
What are they going to
picked
call
it
it?
off? No, incomplete.
Oh.
Incomplete.
Oh.
Oh no, is he signaling a catch or is he no, they're signaling interception.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Peter Jordan down there, the running back. He had the best look at that ball.
The question was whether or not he got control of the ball before, because he ended up going out of bounds. And the refs are going to say that he did, so that'll be a turnover for Littleton, and Maynard will take over on their own 34-yard line. I don't know. That was very close, Pat. Very close, because he landed out of bounds, and it looked like he was bobbling the ball before he got control of it before he came down out of bounds.
Yeah, not a very decisive call by the ref either. So it took us a couple of seconds to figure out what they were calling there. I don't think he was quite sure either.
They're going to throw on 1st down, downfield. He's got a receiver. Nobody overthrows him. They ran play action.
That's the exact same play, Mike, that they ran down here when the receiver broke inside. Same receiver, and the ball went outside. And they probably looks like they had a little conversation that said, it's there. Just put the ball to the inside for me.
Just overthrew him that time.
Nice tight spiral there. Good arm. That's actually a good play for Littleton. They can get the ball back here before the half if they can stop them.
He'll hand it off. He'll cut it up. Get tackled after about a 5-yard gain, down to about the 46-yard gain. Tiger defensive line struggling to get some penetration there. That's why I think they feel comfortable throwing on 1st down. I mean, they're averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry, so they don't necessarily need all 4 downs to convert a new set of downs.
Yeah, good point.
Big down here for the Littleton Tigers. 3rd and 5 with the ball on the Maynard 40. Actually, we'll call it 3rd and 4. We'll go inside, some penetration. They don't get him though. He gets upfield. He gets a 1st down. He's going to be tackled at midfield. It's about a 10-yard gain. They had some penetration in there, but they couldn't get a hit in the backfield. So Maynard will move the chains. The ball right at midfield. It is 1st and 10. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to get the ball back, but also, Pat, the Littleton will start the second half with the ball, so it's important to get in the locker room only trailing 5, make that the worst case scenario.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to throw on 1st down again. Oh, block in the back. That's got to be a block in the back. Doesn't matter. They rack them up anyway. No flag down. They'll go for a 5-yard loss. Nice job there by Josh Crosswhite.
Yeah, solid defense right there. Pretty well designed play, and Josh just blew it up.
Even getting the worst of it on a penalty. So that Crosswhite had been playing safety earlier. Now it looks like they got him at like a cornerback. Actually strong. It looks like he's playing more of a strong safety right now. And he was strong on that play for sure. The 5-yard loss will make it 2nd and 15. Ball back to the Maynard 45-yard line. Well, another high snap to try for the edge.
Oh, nice block.
And get close to a first down. I think he's short. The clock's running. Yeah, we'll spot it. Got about a 14-yard gain. He needed 15 yards. It's definitely 2 yards short. They'll put it on the 42-yard line of Littleton.
Hey Mike, you ever listen to those radio talk shows or watch them on TV where they make crazy predictions for the week? I'm going to predict that we're actually going to pick off one of these snaps to the quarterback.
3rd and 2. They're going to try for the right side. Oh, they're going to get him short.
Richie Powderly.
Richie Powderly hustling. 2-yard loss will bring up 4th and 4. My guess is Maynard's going to go for it. 1:07 to go in the half. The ball in Littleton territory on their 43-yard line. 3 yards to go. 4th and 3. The ball's on the 43. Maynard needs to get to the Littleton 40 to convert this.
I don't know how many timeouts Maynard has left, but I have no idea why you wouldn't be using them right now.
Big 4th down here for Littleton. Yeah, they're going to go hard count. Yeah, they're not going to run a play here. No, they're going to call timeout.
No, I thought it was actually 3rd down. That's why I made the comment about the timeout. But yeah,
Right.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, so 31 seconds to go. Maynard will call a timeout. We'll see what they do here, Pat. Littleton will get the ball to start the second half. Ball's on the 40. I mean, if I'm Maynard, I'm going to go for it, right? I mean, even if I convert, I'm going to be a little pressed for time to try to get to the end zone, but at least I can take a couple shots.
Yeah, because, the other way around is, I would think, if you don't make it, you're thinking that Littleton's probably going to take a knee. They're not going to risk anything going the other way.
Right.
So I agree with you that they should take a shot here. Maybe even take a shot for the end zone. It's only 31 seconds left. I mean, if they run this and they get 4 yards, you're only going to have 20 seconds to go 35, 40 yards.
To thank the concession stand. We got dessert earlier in the game, and now we got the main course here. A couple cheeseburgers looking right at us, Patrick.
You're not supposed to say that. Mark's going to come down now and want half of them.
Coming out of the timeout, 4th down. Actually, in punt formation.
Let's place a fake one.
Nope, they will kick it away.
Oh.
Interesting. Tigers won't even try to return it. The ball will bounce and roll down inside the 5, the 4, the 3, the sort of 2, and it'll get down on the 2-yard line. So with 16 seconds to go, I think the Tigers will content to take a knee here.
That is a nice punt.
Good stop, Richie Powderly with a big tackle there. We will have the cheerleader routine at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Let's see what the Tigers do here. 16 seconds to go. They got Tony DeSisto in. They're going to go hammer here and just take a knee, is my guess. Got to be careful about where you take that knee.
That's a good point.
Can't go backwards. You can drop right behind the center. He'll be fine. Well, it actually runs a little quarterback sneak. Not a bad idea. Yep. And that'll bring us up on 10 seconds. So the Tigers trailing by 5. We said this would be a good game. It always is against Maynard, even with the records go out the window. And it is 12-7 Maynard. Littleton will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll be back with that action right after the cheerleaders halftime show, all on LCTV after these messages.
Eyes, 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 eyes. 'Cause when it's
Great job, cheers.
Well, everyone, welcome back to the second half. Terrific job by the cheerleaders. I believe they have a competition on November 10th. I thought I heard the PA announcer talk about that. So they're use halftime on Friday nights to prepare for that. Looks like they're getting readier and readier, Patrick.
Yeah, they put 2 minutes back on the clock. I guess they had a little bit more preparation to do at halftime here, maybe with the cheerleaders getting their performance in, but we are ready to go in a tight game here, Mike.
Littleton Tigers trail 12-7. A game, if they win, they will be in the playoffs. If they lose, they might very well be, but it'll be a little closer and dicier proposition. So if they win, they can take care of their own fate. Max Hanning will pick up about the 17-yard line. He'll make a hard cut and get it out all the way over to the 40. Another good return by Max. He had another good one earlier in the first half. So the Tigers turned away the last scoring threat by Maynard. And will now take over, trailing by 5 on the opening drive of the second half. The ball out to the 41-yard line of Littleton.
Yeah, Mike, it's interesting. I was just thinking, Max Hannigan looks like he's got good burst of speed. He's bringing some energy to the game. He's listed as a running back. I don't know if we're going to see him a little bit on offense here today. He's only a sophomore, but he's definitely made an impact.
Tigers struggling to run between the tackles right now. Took a 2-yard loss on that play. Two receivers on the top of the screen, one to the bottom. 2nd and 12, straight drop back. Breaking. Oh, nice catch by Keller.
Wow.
Yeah, really good job there. Good concentration.
Whoa.
No, he's out of bounds.
I don't know. The ref's not signaling anything here.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. There's no call being made. You can hear
they are calling turnover. I thought he went out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought so too. Right down in front of us, Mike. He tiptoed the sidelines. He went out of bounds. I don't know how that could end up being Maynard's ball.
Yeah, Timmy Keller is saying I went out of bounds. Mike Lynn is absolutely distraught right now. The officials are really struggling.
And it's not the officials, Mike, to be fair. It's the official closest to us because he was the one that made the other call down here on the other side on the interception, and we weren't sure what happened either. Yeah, but basic hand mechanics here.
They're signaling a turnover, so Maynard will take over on they apparently stripped Kelleher of the ball before he went out of bounds.
Oh, that ref has to come to the Littleton sideline. I know what that's like.
1st and 10 for Maynard on their own 49-yard line.
He's moving early here.
Yeah, get it.
Backfield.
Get about 1 yard gain there. Now Kelleher had made such a great grab there. He was draped by the defender, but he managed to hold him off and reel the ball in. It's going to be good for a first down.
That draping is a good word, Mike. He was draped and he just extended his arms to make that play.
2nd and 9 with the ball right at the midfield stripe. With a high snap, they're going to try for the edge. They get some penetration. He cuts it up. Gets over midfield, but a very short gain after that. Good job by Powderly.
Peter Jordan with the carry.
Lincoln Palmer.
Noah Graham.
Ben Storm went in there
Ben
too.
Stormwind is in there, so this will bring up a big third down. It is 3rd and 6. Ball is on the Littleton 47-yard line. They need to get down to the 41-yard line. We'll see what happens here. If they can get it to 4th and short, it's probably 4-down territory, but if the Tigers can stuff them here, it'll be a decision for Maynard. Here we go. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. They'll flare out to the right at the bottom of the screen. Oh, he came up field early. Yep, they got the call. Incomplete pass, so that'll bring up 4th down, but they're going to have an illegal procedure. Made it look like Canadian football.
Yeah, I'm confused as to why that's not a dead ball. I thought when the offense commits a penalty like this, right? Illegal motion, that it should be a dead ball right away. Is that not right?
See what Mike? I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have thought so.
I mean,
he did break before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, it should be a dead ball, right? Maybe not.
But he's not at the line of scrimmage because conceivably he could just, stop before he got to the line of scrimmage and set himself, right?
Yeah.
Like it was a shift or something. Ultimately, the Tigers, Littleton will decline the penalty. And it looks like Maynard will bring out a package which indicates they're going to punt the ball. The ball is on the Littleton 47-yard line. It is 4th and 6.
Mike, actually, as you think about it, too, the advantage is actually, once the offense commits that penalty, the advantage is to the defense to let that play develop.
Yeah, could jump a pass route, take a chance, and there's nothing to lose. Punt formation, good kick, high kick, short, and the Tigers will let it bounce. And it'll take a neutral bounce.
Oh, the advantage of having a new turf field right there. That could have gone for another 5 or 10 yards with shorter turf.
So the Littleton defense stands tall, and they'll get the ball back after the controversial turnover. All it'll really result in is a loss of yardage and field position. It's 1st and 10 with the ball on the 24-yard line. I'm going to try for the edge. Leo Gibbons is going to get a little bit out of it, not much, but he'll get out over the 25-yard line. See where they spot it.
8 Young.
So you got to the 28, so about a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Leo picked up 4, resulting in 2nd down and 6.
Inside handoff to Gibbons again. He bounces off one guy, gets out over the 30-yard line to about the 29. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Ball's on the 31-yard line. They need to get to the 34. Big down here for Littleton, trying to move the chains. They're going to run a little bubble screen. Oh, he's going to get wrapped up. He's short.
Boy, Littleton did a great job of setting that play up. They just let everybody through. One block on the outside, and that would have been good.
We're actually not going to even give him anything on that. He's still going to be short, so they're going to bring the punt unit out. Yeah, I just need one little rub block there to let Crosswhite make the reception. He didn't need much. He could have got squared up and just 2 strides forward would have got it for him. But Maynard did a nice job of corralling it.
Yeah.
Good snap. Kelleher will bang it.
Oh, man. Great
Fair catch all the way back to the 21. Oh, he signaled fair catch. Yeah, exactly. Put your hand up in the air, son. That's a fair catch.
Not only was it a fair catch, but that was a fair catch.
Good shot. Good
fair punt.
Yeah, good punt there by Shearer. Drives him all the way back to the Maynard 21-yard line.
Shearer's punt. Puts Maynard on the wrong 20-yard line.
Mark Corey says it's like a 40-yard punt from the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that was a 40-yard punt. Felt like a 40-yard punt. It was a good punt. 1st and 10 for Maynard on their own 21-yard line.
Let's go,
We got to get a statistician. We need a new budget. Up the right side. Oh, big hole. Gets to the edge. Shearer's going to try to run him down. Corrals him after a first down. About a 10-yard gain. Shearer made sure it wasn't more than that, but all the way out past the 30. Good for a first down. About the 34-yard line. About a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, John Forza just pounded it out there. Forza and Peter Jordan look like they're the same build. Just kind of put some beef on them. Small and tough to bring down.
So Maynard racking up yards. They've only got 12 points to show for it on the scoreboard, but they do have a 5-point lead. They'll keep it on the ground here. And another one he cuts. They've got.
Uh-oh.
Gets hit by the ref. He's up the sideline. Shearer's trying to run him down.
Gonna be close.
They can dive at him. He doesn't get him. They had a shot at him in the backfield and they didn't get him. He cashes in from from the 34-yard line, so it was a 66-yard run.
Hey, bounced inside. Littleton did a good job on that initial contained tackling, and then just weren't able to bring him down. He bounced back to the outside and was gone.
So Maynard has been 0 for 2 on point after attempts. They tried to kick the first one. They tried to run a play from scrimmage on the second one. They'll go back to the kicking game here on the third score. Let's get this one up, and that one's good. So that'll push the lead to 12, 19-7 Maynard with 6:40 to go in the third quarter. Now, Patrick, the offense has to get on track. They got to make up a 12-point deficit, but they've also got to give the defense some rest.
Yeah, defense has been on the field a long time today. And it's one thing to play against an air game where the ball's on the ground and you get breathers in between plays, but they've been pounding. With incomplete passes, but they've been running the ball, and it's just it takes a lot out of you.
Tigers with a couple of turnovers that we're not 100% sure were turnovers, but they turned out to be. And right now, I think that's as much the tail of the game as anything.
Right.
They're struggling to stop the run game in Maynard, obviously, but those turnovers are putting them back on the field earlier than they really want to be.
That last interception was the one that's kind of tough to take, but you got to get it out of your mind and keep playing.
They got the stop defensively there. They lost the field position they had, but they just couldn't pick up a first down on the next series of downs. And then obviously the touchdown by Maynard. So this will be Hannigan again. And this time he'll get shut down. No, he was down. Ball out to about the 32-yard line. Sorry, the 27-yard line.
It's tackled by Sam Hills.
So first, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think this is probably one of the most critical drives they're going to have here. They got to put something together.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for Littleton with the ball on their 30-yard line. Straight drop back, looking up the sideline. Kelleher's got the ball! There's a flag on the play as well. I think we're going to have a hold on Maynard, but right now Kelleher's making sure, hey, refs, look at this. I got the football. I'm down on the ground.
That flag was thrown so early, right as the ref, who's been kind of having what I would consider to be having his issues, right as he went by Mike Lanning through that flag.
Yeah, they got a hold on Maynard, decline, so big chunk play for Littleton all the way down to they go from their 30-yard line to the Maynard 35-yard line.
Nice toss by Braden Lynn.
A 29-yard pass play. Yeah, good pass, really nice touch. They'll go stay in the air, throw it out to the flat to Sean Mazzoni. He'll the catch and get about an 8-yard gain out of that. Ball down to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 2.
Hey, Mike, I'm watching down at the bottom of the screen here. I'm watching Timmy Kelleher. Same thing happened on this last play. He just took off, and they get a short grabbed. I think he's just trying to run right by this defender.
They'll give it to Lanfers. He's short of the first down. He got about a yard. He needed 2. He needed to get to the 25-yard line. He only got to the 26. 3rd and 1. This is 4-down territory. Actually, they're going to switch it up here. They'll bring the hammer in to try and grind out this last yard to at least move the chains. Let's see what they do after that.
Nice to hear the buzz of the crowd here. It's been okay. I didn't realize how quiet it's been until the last couple of plays. Good to hear.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. Tony DeSisto under center. They'll give it to Lanfers. Oh, you got an easy first down. He's inside, just inside the 20 to about the 19. Nice job of the offensive line.
Brian Lott on the stop.
So it is 1st and 10 with the ball on the Maynard 19-yard line. They'll come back to the spread package. Braden Lynn back in at quarterback. Gibbons and Keller on the bottom of the screen at receiver. Cross wide out top. Straight drop back. Looking in the flat to Mazzoni again. Oh, the ball a little bit behind him. He tried to make a spinning catch and couldn't quite reel it in. Incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10.
See Sean pulling a couple of those this year where it has been a little bit of a tough catch. He's been a pretty solid season all the way around. He had some room to run there if he could have got the edge.
I would argue he's been the most sure-handed receiver of the whole crew. They've all played well, but pretty much you throw it to him, and if it's there, he gets it. They'll throw a little flare underthrown to Leo Gibbons in the flat.
Oh, Timmy Keller is wide open in the middle of the field.
So the Tigers now face a 3rd and 10 with the ball on the 19-yard line. 4 downs all the way, trailing by 12. Well inside Maynard territory. Looks like they're going to throw a screen pass. They get it underneath to Gibbons. Oh, great tackle there. Great play by Maynard. That's a saving tackle. They'll get a few yards out of it and make it 4th and 6, but he gets past that guy. It's a first down for sure.
Quality
Guys
job
out in front of him.
Yeah, quality job by Braden Lynn to sell that play too. He had 3 defenders that he baited coming in.
4th and 6. They need to get down to the 9-yard line. Oh, get flushed out of the pocket. He's trying to step up. He's going to get sacked on 4th down. Maynard will take over on downs. Some initial pressure. He slipped past it, but then there was secondary pressure that he just couldn't get elude and get his eyes upfield. So Maynard turns back a good scoring threat by Littleton. It's gut check time for the defense, Pat. They got to get this ball back. They cannot afford to give up another score.
Absolutely.
3:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. A little bit of a high snap. Oh, here we go. Good penetration. Parker Lanfers blitzing in there. Get about a yard gain for Maynard there. Make it 2nd and 9 with the ball out to their own 25-yard line.
2nd down and 9.
Try for the right side to get some good penetration. No holding penalty. Gets outside. You're running out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Good for a first down. All the way out to the Maynard 42-yard line.
And talking earlier, Mike, you know, you made a good point that we're really solid in between the tackles, but we've been definitely more susceptible this year to them getting to the outside, not holding that edge. And it looks like it was there, and Maynard did a good job of getting to the outside of whoever's down on this corner to the edge of us, pushing him back on the inside and giving the run to the outside lane to run.
Go inside the tackles again, and again, that won't go for anything.
Good job by Littleton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in there tackling.
Richard Harley, Kevin McDonald. Ben Schwartzman on the spot. Gain of 1. Second down and 9.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9. The ball is on the Maynard 43-yard line. Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They'll cut it up, get a first down. Tackle downfield by Tony DeSisto, but not until after they picked up a first down in Littleton territory, all the way down to the Littleton 42-yard line.
Yeah, there's a big chunk of real estate. That was 14 or 15 yards right there. Need a fumble and a turnover here, Michael.
Just back and forth right now for Maynard. Oh, good pursuit by Leo Gibbons. Get him for a loss there.
Peter Jordan with the carry. Stop in the backfield. Leo Gibbons.
Maynard going to the short side of the field. That time they did set the edge. By the time he got done stringing it out, Gibbons ran him down for the backside. 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11. Maynard will have to run at least one more play here before we get out of the quarter. Play action right up the middle. He's got a hole. He's going to get run out of bounds, but he got a first down. That'll stop the clock with 8 seconds to go. We'll run another play here at the end of the third quarter. It is 1st and 10 for Maynard inside, right at the Littleton 20-yard line. Actually, the game clock now says 0, but
They must have marked him in bounds.
they will be out of the quarter. Okay, so at the end of the third quarter, the Tigers trailing by 12, 19-7 against a scrappy Maynard Tiger team. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of this game right after these messages from LCTV.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. The fourth quarter, the Tigers trailing by 12 to Maynard. It is 1st and 10 for Maynard on the Littleton 20-yard line. The Tigers got to find a way to get this stop, Patrick.
Yeah, coming out of the fourth quarter, you look at the clock, you're only going to get 2 possessions at the most, assuming no turnovers, so you've got to make a stop here.
First down, another high snap. Get him in the backfield. Yeah, he got loose of the first guy, then Crosswhite came up and finished him off for about a 1-yard gain.
So you got to stop him here, you got to go down and score, you got to stop him again, and then you're probably going to get one more possession. You've got to go down and score on that one as well. And they've got to be touchdowns because with the score at 12, right, you're not going to be able to kick a field goal and stay in this game.
Right, 2 touchdowns will tie it, assuming they can keep Maynard where they are at 19. 2nd and 9. Another high snap. They'll go inside handoff, and that gets blown up.
I mean, these snaps aren't just high. It's like the quarterback is literally jumping off the ground to get them.
And it's like half of them. Like half of them are somewhere up around his chin or higher, and it's just disrupting the timing. Maybe that's why they're 1-6. Maybe it's that simple. So 3rd down here. I believe it'll be 4 downs all the way from Maynard.
Think everybody's going to go to the high snap offense next?
Good snap there. They're going to look to throw down towards the end zone.
There it is.
Makes the catch. Yeah, nice back line catch there. Great throw by Maynard. And they'll score. 10:26 to go.
Thomas Hirsch has gone down there a few times, so that's the 3rd time I tried that with Tommy Hirsch running on that post pattern, and 3rd time was a charm, I guess. Nice catch.
Good high snap, low kick, but just enough air under it to get it through.
10 foot 2 inches.
Yeah, right over the goalpost, so that'll make it 26-7. So it's a 19-point game. It's a 3 touchdown plus a conversion game. At least 1 point on the conversions. And now, Pat, you're right. Like, you might get 3 possessions if you can get the ball back on downs, or forcing a quick 3 and out or something. But also, you got to find the end zone. We've only found the end zone once tonight, so obviously that's got to get. The defense is one thing. They've been struggling a little bit, especially here in the second half. They haven't gotten a stop yet. Actually, I think they had one, and then but the offense has to get on track too.
Right.
They were down inside the 20 and just couldn't keep it going. But they don't have the luxury now of getting turned away.
I think one of the things that you want to do here is, even if you're thinking that you might be out of this game, you've got to finish on a positive note here with everything that's coming up, right? So you don't want to end this game kind of in that, we didn't play well. You want to play well for this last 10 minutes and 26 seconds.
Right. Even if you don't close the whole gap, you want to feel like we got ourselves back in the ball game. And it'll end over end kick. Feel it on the 16-yard line by Hannigan. He's going to try to bounce it to the outside, make a guy miss, makes another guy miss. So he had another guy miss. He's still going. Hannigan driving out Pat over the 35-yard line.
Put him in at running back. Let's see what he's got.
So another good return out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Littleton, trailing by 19 points. It's 26-7. Plenty of time left. Just enough time. I wouldn't say plenty, but enough time to get it done. But they're going to have to put the pieces of the puzzle together on both sides of the football. It's getting some pressure. He had some time. He just couldn't find anybody open downfield.
Yeah, it's a little bit, his mobility is just killing him. Past games, we've seen Braden just slip that and extend that play with his legs. He just is having a hard time moving. Great effort from him.
It's a 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Underneath the Mazzoni makes the catch. He's not going to get any run after catch. We'll get about a 2-yard gain. We'll make it 3rd and 12. Steps up in the pocket. One leg, back-legged throw to Gibbons. Oh, it's broken up.
Oh,
Kind of threw off his back foot and couldn't get as much mustard on as he usually does.
He's hurt.
And Gibbons was open. The ball just took too long to get there. And Braden Lynn will hobble off the field. They'll send the punt unit out, 4th and 12. Really not an opportunity here to roll the dice on 4th and long with this field position. It's really going to put the pressure on the defense. They can't even afford to give up 3 or 4 first downs. They're going to have to try and find a way to get a 3 and out. Sure takes a snap. Ooh, some pressure, but he still got another good kickoff. And he'll get fielded on about the 26-yard line. And he'll run out of bounds about the 40.
Thomas Hirsch on the return for Maynard. First down.
Well, Mike, sometimes when things aren't going your way, maybe it's a good idea to always find a little humor in this. And I think one of the collateral damages of a game like this is that I think the cheerleaders are atrophying down there without doing push-ups.
I know, they got a competition coming up. They can't afford to get out of shape. They got to stay sharp. All right, 1st and 10 with the ball on the Maynard 42-yard line.
Kevin McDonald get into the game here.
Oh, no, really high snap.
Oh.
Jeez.
What was that guy's name? David Tyree, who caught the touchdown pass?
Yeah, exactly. Looked like that. It was literally on his helmet there for a second. If Lincoln Palmer could have got there a second earlier, he could have jarred it loose because he didn't really have it at all. That's a 7-yard loss. Palmer coming flying in off the left side and gets a hit. So let's see if the Tigers can take advantage of that miscue. Try to hold the line here and force a quick punt back. They'll run it up the middle. Just a couple of yards there. So big down here for Littleton. 3rd and 16.
Remember when you used to play football in your backyard with your friends and you'd be the center, but you didn't have to snap it between your legs. You could kind of turn sideways and throw it back?
Yeah.
Can you do that here? Because I think that might be a good thing.
I don't think it's illegal.
Right? Because you can line up that,
Yeah, as long as you're behind the ball. Might be kind of tough to block like that, but that's when you had the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi rushing rules. You said Mississippi too fast.
And you had 1 free rush where you didn't have to do anything, 1 free blitz.
3rd and 16. And they're going to keep the ball on the ground. They're going to get bottled up. Oh. Keller comes up and... Oh, sorry, that's Hannigan. So that'll force a punt by Maynard. The defense responds. We'll see Braden Lynn kimped out on the last series of downs, sitting on the bench with his helmet off. Let's see what the Tigers do if they get the ball back here.
I don't see any reason to bring Braden back in, to be honest.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, you're down 19 with coming up on 6:40 to go.
Playoff time, baby.
Yeah, and the thing is, like we said at the top of the telecast, I believe, based on the analysis I did exhaustively at my kitchen table last Sunday, sidewinder punt. Oh, what a bounce. It's going to roll all the way down towards the 15-yard line, inside the 15. Nothing Crosswhite can do about that one. That even with the loss here, and even if, so it's Blackstone, Millville, Littleton, and Uxbridge, 3 teams battling for the last 2 spots out of 4. So 3 teams for the last 2 spots. And I think that even if, illegal procedure on Maynard, that's kind of big. They'll accept that. That was a terrific kick based on the outcome.
Just measuring that while you were talking, 48 yards.
Yeah.
That's a net 48, not from...
They'll definitely make him re-kick that one. No.
Did you just tack it on here?
I think that's another sign that Mike Lynn's basically just...
Yeah, they're going to tack it on here.
Yeah, they're tacking on at the end of the run. So 5-yard penalty. You either make him re-kick or just tack it on. He'll take the yards. That'll make it 1st and 10 for Tigers. Littleton with the ball on their own 18-yard line. Tony DeSisto in at quarterback. Tony DeSisto roll, throw to the flat, complete to Mazzoni out over the 20. About a 3-yard gain. But yeah, like I say, Pat, those three teams, even we have a 16-point lead on Blackstone Millville going into this weekend. And based on the lineups and the teams that everybody's playing and things, even if we lose and Blackstone Millville wins, they need a lot of help. A lot of help. They need like 5 out of 7 things to go their way. So we'll know after tomorrow, because there's games that got to get played tomorrow to determine that for sure. And Tony will throw it down at the feet of Mazzoni. But it looks like we will qualify for the playoffs. And the question is, will we be 3rd or 4th? And will we play? We'll be on the road next week, and it'll either be at Millbury or at Tingsboro. I believe if it's at Tingsboro, it'll be Friday night. If it's at Millbury, I'm not sure if it'll be Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not sure who you want to get in that first round. I mean, I think getting into the playoffs is a win here for this team. I do know that Millbury was a team that beat West Boylston, so I imagine that they have a pretty tough squad.
Tony Sisto on 3rd down, sets up, down the middle of the field to Mazzoni, complete! Good for a Tiger first down, out over the 40-yard line to about the 45-yard line. So DeSisto and Mazzoni, 2 seniors, hooking up on that play. 1st and 10 for Littleton with the ball on their 45-yard line.
Tony's coming in looking pretty settled down. Keep it in the air, baby.
Screen pass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There it is to Gibbons.
Gotta move.
Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Oh.
He was out of bounds.
The side judge has just had a rough day.
Yeah. I mean, he was a full step out of bounds. And the thing is, like, the first guy hit him, I can live with that, but the second guy came in.
Right.
That's a 5-yard gain, right to me, about 4-yard gain on the 49-yard line.
This is why, Michael, I believe that we should have full-time high school officials.
Keep the ball in the air. DeSisto's got some time. Gets flushed out of the pocket, sets his feet, throws it down to the ground.
Good job.
That's fine. Mazzoni was right there.
Yep.
That's how you do it. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Now, even if we don't make the playoffs, there's still a game. But I have no idea who we'd play or where. We might host. We might be on the road. It'd be against another non-playoff team. Guaranteed 2 more games no matter what happens tonight or next week. And then, of course, we have the Thanksgiving game, which actually, for the first time, is on Wednesday night instead of Thursday. Oh, Mazzoni in the flat. Good for a first down.
The Thanksgiving Day game against Air Shirley's on Wednesday?
Yes, it's going to be the night before Thanksgiving. A lot of schools are going that way. It's a little easier for the families of the players and cheerleaders to make their holiday not get broken up by a football game in the morning.
Especially, I think was it last year the weather was absolutely brutal?
Yeah. And we're hosting this year. It'll be at Alumni on Wednesday night, 6:00 start. 6:00. Down the sideline. Oh, Gibbons is open on the sideline. Nice job by DeSisto. Rolling out of the pocket, buying some time. And he finds Gibbons down just shy of the 20 on the 21-yard line. So Tony DeSisto coming in. And he's got free reign back there. They're not even pretending they're going to run the ball. And he's hit Mazzoni a couple times, and then Gibbons that time.
And you can see, you get an idea of how gimped up Braden Lynn was, right? Tony having his legs under him can extend these plays a little bit.
1st and 10. Straight drop back, sets his feet. Oh, lets that one sail a little bit. It's intended for Josh Crosswhite on the right sideline. And that one just got away from him a little bit. And went over Crosswhite's head out of bounds.
All spectators must remain off the field until the ceremony is completed and the game officials exit.
I like the Timmy Kelleher matchup here.
Keller on the top of the screen with Gibbons in the slot over there. Crosswhite on the bottom of the screen. Tony's dropping straight back. Another screen pass. This one's read by Maynard. And Tony will just throw it at Parker Lanford's feet. There were 2 sandwiched by 2 Maynard defenders who read that action. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Turf fields like this are on a replacement schedule of what, 8-9 years, Mike?
More? 10 to 15. Depends on usage and
My point here is if Tony keeps doing this, we're going to take a couple of years off the.
You could come in and patch up the seams if you gouge out a little bit here and there. Third down, going for the end zone. He's going to overthrow Crossway out of bounds through the sideline. That'll bring up fourth down. 4th and 10. The ball's on the 21-yard line. They need to get down to the 22-yard line. They need to get to the 12.
See what he does here. He's had good luck hooking up with Sean Mazzoni here on these last few plays here. Let's see what he does. But
right.
I would think that he's probably going to look for Sean, unless they keep Sean in for protection.
We're going to run him out. He's rolling out to his right. He's got to throw that. It's 4th down. It's 4th down. You got to throw it. Nothing to lose. They will turn the ball over on downs with 3:13 to go, trailing by 19. That should pretty much decide the outcome, Pat. We said, man, Mike Lynn, we were sort of kidding. He said that it was the best 1-6 team he'd seen, but they did play some really good teams and pushed them. Just had some bad breaks in overtime. But you're right, a couple of wins. This could have been a playoff team for sure.
Yeah.
Instead, Littleton will find out by probably 2 or 3 tomorrow afternoon if they're a playoff team. Groton Dunstable was playing Hudson tonight. If Groton Dunstable beats Hudson, that's really going to make it hard for Blackstone Millville to get the points they need. The other key games were West Boylston's playing Burncoat, I believe, tonight. Littleton can pick up a point in that game. And then Assabet Valley versus Blackstone Valley Tech. If we get a point in that game, that would help us. But we need Blackstone Valley Tech to win. Assabet's having a very good year. And of course, Blackstone Millville has to beat
Yeah, they got to win their game, right?
Right, they got to win their game. They're playing Nipmuc, who we saw at the beginning of the year. Nipmuc's it's kind of in the same boat Maynard's in. You know, we thought they were very good. They pushed us right to the limit. We really felt like we were lucky to get out of Nipmuc with a win, but they've only won one game since then.
Yeah, you talk about, they started off with that GD Hudson game, and Groton Dunstable, the team that turned their program around a little bit this year. I know that they got a new athletic director in over there, and then they redid their schedule. They were playing some teams that were shouldn't have been playing during the regular season. So now they're checking in at about 5-2. Hudson's at 2-5. So I think you're right.
And they're primed for a playoff slot. They're looking good. Yeah, and then the other games are Bellingham has a game that if they win that game, that'll be 3 points for Blackstone Millville. And then the other game is Holy Name versus St. Peter Marion. If Holy Name wins, then Blackstone Millville will get 3 points for that. And they kind of need at least 2 out of those 3. And they might need 3 out of 3 of those games, the Bellingham game and then the Holy Name game and the Hudson game. If they don't get all 3 of those, they're going to be in trouble. And Littleton could get in the back door. And then Uxbridge has a tough game against Millbury. So even if we go 4-4, we might very well be the number 3 seed. Maynard will pick up another first down, take it inside a minute. At some point, I think they'll start taking knees.
Probably right now.
It's 1st and 10 from Maynard with the ball on the Littleton 45-yard line. Yep, and they will take a knee, and we have to do that one more time. But Maynard will come into Alumni Field and with a good rivalry win for them. Littleton will lick their wounds and see what happens and who and where they play next week. But there will be a game. The season will continue for Littleton, so they will have to kind of pick it up and get going. We'll see how Braden Lynn feels next week and some of the other guys. You can check the Worcester Telegram site, telegram.com. They got a terrific high school sports coverage on their website, and it will show you who's in the playoffs and who's not, probably again by Saturday afternoon, or by the time you hear this, you'll already know.
Yeah, Mike, a quick shout there. That's a really good point. I don't know how many people know it. Even my own players sometimes don't know it, but telegram.com/home team, that is one of the best high school websites.
We talked about that last week. Yeah,
oh, you
it's
did?
terrific.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's really good. A lot of fun to go look at.
And they have everything from past years as well, so you can get a little nostalgia going back all the way to like 2014.
All right, so that does it for us tonight. Thanks to Mark Crory for weathering it up on the roof in the wind. We'll be back with Tiger action next weekend and a time and destination to be announced, but we'll be back. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.